Hi everyone, I'm Dominique and today I'm going to be talking about women and weights and why we should be lifting weights and what the benefits of lifting weights are. So even though a lot of us have seen the results and read about the benefits of weightlifting for women, a lot of us are still really apprehensive about going into the weight session and lifting weights for fear that it might make us bulky, masculine or look manly. So first of all, it's key to point out that our bodies are very, very different to men's. So even if you do exactly the same weight training as men, you're not going to get the same results. And that is, funnily enough, because our bodies were created so differently. You don't have the same testosterone level either, so the results are just going to be completely different for both men and women, even if they're following the same program. So always bear that in mind. So what are the benefits of lifting weight for women? So when you're actually weight training, you burn more calories and you burn more fat. You also continue to burn fat and calories after you're actually weight training in comparison to cardio. So some cardio will be beneficial, but I actually base the majority of my training around weights. And I do completely understand the misconceptions and the misunderstanding around weight training, because when I initially started training, it took me a long time to get my head around the fact that weights wouldn't make me bulky. I actually refused to train my upper body for quite a long time. So when I first started weight training, I would only ever train my legs and my glutes, and sometimes I'd do some ab stuff, but I didn't ever really want to train my shoulders or my arms for fear that I might look big and bulky. So 4 years later, I don't look like Arnie yet, so I must be doing something right. So lifting weights is going to help you build muscle as well. When you have a higher muscle mass, you burn more fat, both resting and training, and your calorie expenditure is simply more because your body has to work harder. You can also change your shape when you lift weights, so you can actually build curves in areas where you actually want them. So if you look at people who do a lot of cardio, like long distance runners, it's very rare that you come across any that have desirable physiques in comparison to somebody who does a lot of say interval training and resistance training. So that's because they don't have a lot of muscle mass, and the muscle that they do accumulate tends to be in areas that isn't necessarily desirable. So with weight training, you can sort of manipulate where you want to build curves. So it's great because you can create that hourglass physique, you can get some nice capped shoulders, make your arms look more toned, and build some legs, some glutes, etc. Other benefits, so it helps you sleep better. It increases your energy levels. It helps to improve your bone health and bone density. And it also helps relieve a lot of stress. So if you're stressed or you've had a bad day at work, get into the gym and lifting some weights is a great way to let that stress out, and it releases endorphins, so you, as a result, feel much better after a weight training session. So I used to be a cardio bunny, so I used to do a lot of cardio, maybe 2 to 3 sessions a week, and I actually ended up with a body that people refer to as skinny fat. So that's where you have a high fat mass, but you're actually very slim. So although I was very slim, I didn't have hardly any muscle. As a result, I had hardly any shape, and I had a higher fat mass, so you actually couldn't really see any of my muscles. As opposed to now, I do maybe 1 or 2 cardio sessions a week, and most of my training is based around weight training. So don't be afraid to get into the weight section, lift a little bit of weight, and it'll make you feel a lot more confident and stronger as well. There's something about weight training that will help your confidence levels hugely. So a lot of people say to me, how do you get past the fear of going into the weight section? And there is no direct answer to that. You've just kind of got to get in there and get stuck in, and your confidence over time will grow, and you'll start to feel a lot more confident in general day-to-day life just from feeling so much more strong and empowered. So don't be afraid of lifting weights. It's not going to make you big, it's not going to make you bulky, and make sure that you're lifting heavy, lifting often, and you're eating correctly, and you're supplementing to support your goals.